So, Michael, how delicate of a balance is it for mayors to strike in these cities where Trump wants to militarize the National Guard? Should they try to cooperate, or is it better to just strongly resist, as we see being done in Chicago?
Mayors have to defend their cities. I'm from Chicago originally, worked for Senator Durbin as well as for President Obama. And this is a real conversation that needs to be had about Chicago and really major urban cities around this country, which is crime is falling. Crime is down 22% in Chicago, just like it was falling in D.C., and Donald Trump decided to move forward and put troops in that city. Donald Trump slashed $500 million from the gun violence prevention budget that helps cities like Chicago attack gun violence, and notwithstanding that fact, crime is still falling. My perspective here is that the mayor doesn't want this, the governor doesn't want this. Whatever happened to Republicans being the party of states' rights, where they respect the governor that doesn't want something to happen. This is the most interesting part from my perspective is Donald Trump is trampling all over Congress, but also governors across this country, and I can't find one Republican governor that has anything to say about that.
Hey, you say you're from Chicago. What do you expect is the reaction among residents there to what's happening? Do you think they're on board with what the mayor's doing?
No, people don't want it. You can't parachute thousands of troops into a city with no clear rules of engagement or perspective on how this is going to happen. How is this going to work? All right, so if you send 1,000 troops to the south side of Chicago, are they armed? Are they able to shoot people? What is going to happen? The issue here is that chaos follows Donald Trump with everything that he is doing. There's no plan here. If you were going to do this, the president would need to coordinate with the governor and the mayor and the local police department so everyone is on one page. The problem is that, once again, this is chaos sown by Donald Trump to change the conversation from Jeffrey Epstein and from this disastrous health care bill that just passed that's going to take health care from 17 million Americans. Donald Trump wants to change that conversation, and that's what this is.
When you look at everything together, endless praise at that televised cabinet meeting, National Guard soldiers patrolling D.C. in the shadow of a giant banner of Trump's face, trying to take over running Union Station from Amtrak, firings at the CDC. Does this reflect democracy or something else?
What a sad sack of sycophants. I mean, the idea that they are praising this guy who is overseeing one of the worst economies in a very long time is shocking. I was actually in Beijing once, and I saw a giant poster just like that of President Xi at the airport, because that's what Donald Trump hopes to be, which is a dictator. And that's frankly what Speaker Johnson and Senate Majority Leader Thune have allowed him to do, which is behave like a dictator. You have this shameful episode of The Apprentice, I guess that's what this was, this cabinet meeting where they just heap praise on this guy, notwithstanding the fact that you have 7 million Americans who are unemployed. You have skyrocketing credit card debt. You've got skyrocketing food prices. Across the board, Americans are struggling financially, and they're wasting time heaping praise on this guy. It's shameful across the board. The thing about the Trump era that we should remember is not just that he was a crook, but the scores of people who enabled him, even though they knew better.